Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 with Zebu Nation. Today we have my second faction focused video where I'm going to be taking a look at a Space Marine army. These are the Black Templars. Now if you watched the first video in this series, you saw that I looked at a Tau army that's going to take part in a big 2,000 point campaign ending battle, and this will be their opponents for that battle, a Space Marine army that has gone through a lot of trouble. You know, they've been sent on this mission to cleanse a colony world of traitors and of Xenos, and things have not gone well from the beginning. First of all, they were betrayed by the human colonists, and the Tau enemy were informed that their invasion force was on the way, and they were able to make preparations. And since then, they've been behind the 8 ball, and they've lost several battles to the Tau. But now they have some reinforcements. They're ready to fight that final decisive battle. Now, the other thing I mentioned in that last video was that I like to have detachments in my armies that are useful and do different things. These Space Marines maybe don't necessarily follow that doctrine because, you know, I mentioned before, they've been shot down and shot up and they've lost a lot of men, so they're a little bit more of a ramshackle hodgepodge army. So we've got that going against us. But anyway, I'm going to move the camera down and take a look at these detachments one at a time, and we'll go over everything. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay, here we are with the central detachment, and this is again a battalion detachment. And as I mentioned, it's a bit of a hodgepodge. You know, if I was generous, I would say that these are combined arms detachments, meaning they can do a little bit of multiple roles. Hopefully that's how it will work out. We'll see. But anyway, this battalion detachment is headed up down here. We have 2 commanders. One is the Emperor's Champion. He's the swordsman. He likes to go assassinate characters. There's nothing special about him. Then we have a chaplain here. He may look like a Dark Angel character, but he is in fact a Black Templars champion. And underneath that hood, he has the Crusader's helm, which adds a 3-inch buffer to all of his bubble abilities, his area effect abilities. So that will help him out in the leadership category. Then for the troops choices here, we have 3 Crusader squads, 3 6-man Crusader squads. The first one here is a close combat squad. It has 6 initiates. Each of the initiate has a chainsword and bolt pistol. Then we have 2 of our rifle squads. The first squad has just 5 guys with bolt rifles and 1 with a melta-gun. The second one over here has 5 with bolt rifles and a guy with a plasma gun. Now that would be enough normally to fill out a battalion, but we have some extra guys lying around, so why not use them? We'll focus in on some of these fellas in the back here. We got a few elite choices here. First off, in the middle there in the green, we have the Apothecary, and he has another relic, the second relic in this army. He has the Teeth of Terra chainsword. It really beefs up his chainsword and turns him into a bit of a combat beast. Then we have 2 squads of veterans, and veterans really got a boost in the last chapter approved, and by boost I mean their costs came way down. So these veterans, you know, they're just well worth the points. First off, over here on the right, we have a 5-man Melta squad. So 4 of those guys are just regular veterans with melta guns, and then up here we have a sergeant with combi melta and power axe. Now he may look like a Death Watch veteran, but you know, he just got back from the Death Watch. He didn't quite have time to change out his armor, so That's fine. You know, we all know he's one of our brothers. Anyway, next we have a 3-man squad of veterans. We have one on the left here with the power axe and bolt gun. Then the guy in the middle has power fist and bolt gun. And the guy on the right here, he may look like a Dark Angels librarian, but he's actually a veteran with power sword and bolt pistol. So it's sort of, again, hodgepodge squad. We just sort of brought all the veterans we had left and threw them into a squad there. Then we'll focus on the back here. We have a couple of transports. On the right, we have a drop pod, and on the left, we have a rhino. So this will be some interesting tactics we're going to have to come up with to use these transports to the best of their abilities. We're going to have to put some of our guys in them and figure out how to get them across the battlefield, because that's going to be very important for this army, is just getting guys across the battlefield. Next, over here on the left, we have a Vanguard detachment. Now that's being commanded up here by a Tech Marine. You can't see him too well. He's wearing the blackest of the black here. He's just base coated. Going to need to paint him up. Definitely going to need a lot of metallic highlights for that guy just to make him shine. He needs a new base as well. His base is currently a little too small for how big of a model he is. So, you know, he's got some issues right now. He needs some repairs. But for now, he's what we got, and he's going to be commanding this Vanguard. And speaking of Vanguard, the first elite choice in this Vanguard are some Vanguard veterans. We have 2 veterans with power swords, one with power claw, one with power fist, and the sergeant here on the right has a power axe. So lots of power weapons there. They've all got bolt pistols and jump packs, so they're going to be jumping around the field, hopefully getting into all kinds of trouble. Then in the back here we have 2 of our mighty dreadnoughts. On the right here, you have your standard dreadnought with multi-melta, power claw, and storm bolter. And on the left here, we have our venerable dreadnought. And he's got a plasma cannon, a power fist, and a storm bolter as well. So, you know, that's an interesting unit. They've got some heavy firepower that's going to be stomping up the battlefield. And then they also have these jump pack guys who are going to be jumping around. So again, it's a unit that can do a little bit of a couple of things. And hopefully, again, it's going to come down to the tactics and how do we use these guys together to cause some damage. Then over here on the right, let's see if we're, whoop, no, that's the wrong way. There we go. Let's zoom out a little bit here. We have our Primaris Reinforcement Detachment. These guys, hopefully they're going to be able to bring the pain to the Tau, and they're going to be able to sort of take this force to the next level. We'll see. I'm a little scared by all the firepower that the Tau have, but these guys, hopefully, they can help us out. So it's led by our warlord down here, the captain in Gravis armor right there. He's just got a shiny new paint job. He doesn't have anything special other than his normal captain abilities, power sword. Again, he's wearing the Gravis armor, which is basically the new form of Terminator armor. So he could come in from a teleportarium if we wanted. He also has the storm bolter on his gauntlet, so he can do a lot of damage. He's a pretty good character. And then he is joined by his 2 lieutenants. We have one lieutenant with a power sword and bolt pistol, the other one with the master-crafted auto bolt rifle. Then zoom out here, get to our troops, even though this is also a Vanguard detachment, because we just don't have enough troops. We only have 2 units of troops, not 3, so we couldn't make a second battalion. Instead, we have to make a second Vanguard. So we have 2 units of intercessors, each with a sergeant. They all have your standard bolt guns, nothing special. Bolt rifles, I guess. Nothing special. And then in the back, we have the 3 elite choices that make up the Vanguard. Let's zoom in a little bit. You have the Primaris Elites there in the middle with the banner. He has the special banner choice that gives everyone a +1 to their roll to, I forgot the name of the rule, but there's a rule that lets a Space Marine, if he dies, he can take one final shot before he dies. This gives him a +1 to that roll. It also ensures that anybody within 6 inches of the banner passes their leadership tests, and also -1 leadership to any enemies within 6 inches of the banner. So that's a very interesting and powerful banner. Then joining him, we have more dreadnoughts. It's the March of the Dreadnoughts. We have a standard pattern dreadnought there with the twin las cannon. He also has the power claw and heavy flamer. And then on the right here we have the new Primaris Redemptor dreadnought. This is the big daddy of dreadnought. It has the Onslaught Gatling cannon. It has twin frag storm grenade launchers. Then it has a heavy flamer and of course the dreadnought power fist. So, you know, they bring the firepower, hopefully. Hopefully these guys will bring the firepower and take this list to a new level. So there we go. There is 2,000 points of Space Marines. Now we'll see. We'll see if these guys can take out these nasty Tau, because they have been quite a pain, quite a thorn in the side of the Black Templars for these last few months. Now we're going to have the final battle to take them out. So, till next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.